Hello, is it Keith?
Yeah, Skit here. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
I'm doing well, Daniel. So, how was the day so far?
Really good. Yeah, it's been so we've just announced the pre-order for the album. My phone's been blowing up every 2 seconds. So yeah, so it's always exciting.
Awesome, 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 Daniel. So, Daniel, your fifth full-length album, The Ghost of Badon Hill, is to be out on November 15th. So, would you like to tell me a bit on the songwriting and production that goes behind this new album?
Well, yeah, the songwriting started, I think it was the tail end of last year. We started we always record all our band practices and riff ideas, and we started kind of putting them together, demoing them. And then, yeah, beginning of this year, we started to actually get some studio sessions where we could actually start trying to get the songs into some kind of order.
Mm.
Myself and Josh, the engineer producer, who's now also playing guitar in the band, we spent a lot of time working on the structures and sending it back to the rest of the boys and getting their feedback. Um, and as soon as I came up with the concept of Badon Hill, that's I quite like to get a concept for an album quite early on because that tends to kind of push the music into a certain direction and the obviously the lyrical content. Um, so I had that concept about a year ago, and so yeah, that's really helped actually. So yeah, but the actual recording itself was pretty quick. Once we laid all the groundwork, actually recording it was it's quite simple.
Fantastic, fantastic. And as you said, this is a concept album. Would you like to tell me a bit on the actual concept that was based on?
Yeah, so we're very fortunate where we live in southwest England in Somerset. We have a lot of mythology, folklore,
Mm.
um, lots of famous battles, and one of the I do a little bit of local history, and one of the famous battles that occurred in the fifth century was between the invading Saxons and the nomadic Britons,
Yeah.
the British tribes, and there was a famous battle at a place called Badon Hill.
Mm.
And no one's quite sure where Badon Hill is. So some people think it's where we live in Bath, where we
Yeah.
are.
Mm.
Some people think it's further out west into Wales. Some people even think it's further up north in England.
Mm.
But there's a lot of reasons why it could be. It could have been in Bath because we have an old Roman road that goes right the way through Bath,
Yeah.
uh, called the Fossway, and the Saxons they would have invaded at the south of England and made their way westwards across England.
Mm.
There's a couple of forests in Bath. There's one called it's sort of the famous Salisbury Hill that Peter Gabriel sang about,
Yeah.
which is where I like to think Badon Hill was. And the mythology is that the British tribes hid in the woods, and as the
Mm.
Saxons were making their way across, they attacked them, and they won. It was a major victory for the Britons against the Saxons. I mean, the Saxons would, go on to, be victorious eventually, but the mythology around it, it was the first battle that apparently King Arthur led
Yeah.
uh, on the Britons. And obviously, it's debatable whether King Arthur even existed, but I just thought it made a cool story. And
Amazing.
obviously, everything about Sergeant Thunderhoof is always kind of wrapped in a story.
Yeah.
So it made sense for us to try and tie that all together.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thanks so much for sharing, Dan. And went through the cover art of the album. It's really amazing to see the cover art. So, any particular theme that goes on this cover art in specific?
Well, that's my wife, Sarah. She does all the artwork.
Mhm.
She's got a very particular style. Uh, and the story of this album, we tried to make it center around just a humble British soldier
Yeah.
uh, doing heroic, deeds. And so that's what the cover art is supposed to represent is just one man, struggling
Yeah.
against um, whatever is facing him. So it's all about bravery and heroism, I guess.
Fantastic, fantastic. And speaking on the album, I had the privilege to listen to all the 6 songs. It's totally mind-blowing. Like I've been following Sergeant Thunderhoof for quite some time, and this album is totally awesome. Each and every song. I can't speak any particular song here, and totally lovable. As usual, you have the doom influence and with your stoner touch. It's beautifully done. So I want to thank you guys so much for putting up another amazing album this year. And as a band, as a creator, how do you guys feel about the outcome?
Well, I mean, to hear you say that's really nice. I mean, we really like the album, but when you're so deep into it, when you're involved in it, there comes a point where it's impossible to have an opinion.
Mm.
Because I think it's good, but then you start doubting yourself and you think,
Yeah.
is it just because I'm doing it? Or
Mhm.
and obviously everyone goes, oh, I think it's the best thing we've ever done. I have no
Yes.
idea. I have no idea. If people like it, that's brilliant, and that's really nice to hear. And now once it's out into the world, that's up to everyone else, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And earlier this week, you released the video for Blood Moon. Can you tell me a bit on the making of this visualize video?
Yeah. So again, we like to use lots of people that are local to us in Bath, and that's a lovely chap called John Birch. He's done 3 or 4 videos for us now.
Mm.
We like having animations because we don't really like being in the videos themselves.
Yeah.
We're not that kind of band. And because everything around Sergeant Thunderhoof is all kind of it's fantasy,
Yeah.
it makes sense for us to have kind of a visual representation that's not my ugly face, so John's done a really good job of that, and he really understands the story. So there's little things in that video that once you've heard the album, you've read the lyrics, you might pick up on.
Mhm. And are you guys having some kind of plan for November 15th on the day of the release?
I feel what? Sorry.
Do you have any special release day plans for November 15th?
We might go for a curry. That's literally what we do whenever we release an album or do something. We try to go for a band curry and have a few beers. But no, nothing special really.
Gotcha, gotcha. And how is the touring plan coming for the end of the year, or are there any big plans for the touring part?
Yeah, we've got a handful of gigs around the release. I think 5 or 6. Then there may be more. Because we've already got quite a busy schedule next year. And because that this isn't a full-time thing for us, this band, we've all got jobs,
Yeah.
and we don't want to kind of commit to too much. I know we're off to Las Vegas in January.
Mm.
And then we're possibly thinking about doing a small Germany tour in the spring. So yeah, I'm not. I think that at the moment there's 5 or 6 UK gigs in November. There may be more, but I don't want to commit to too much.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Fantastic. And then, like, the band started back in 2013, and now you have 5 full-length albums, 1 split album, 1 EP, and a live album. So you have done an amazing work on all these albums. And how do you guys feel about the road that you have traveled so far?
Yeah, it's funny, really. It doesn't feel like it's been 11 years. It's we try and enjoy it, and I think when you're enjoying yourself, time flies by, doesn't it? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I don't, yeah, I'm not sure how to answer that. I'm really happy to be in this band, and we're all healthy and happy, and that's the fact that we can still release music. And the older I get, the more thankful I am to be doing something like this and to be working with my friends. The fact that my wife can do the artwork and our friends can do the videos, and because it feels like we're kind of spreading ourselves around, and
Yeah.
I think when you work with good people, good things happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just generally thankful to still be here, to be honest.
Beautiful. And speaking of the merchandise, do you have any special plans to go out along with this new album?
Yeah, I think there's a variety of vinyl colors. There's a limited edition T-shirt. There's a tape cassette, CDs. What else is there? There may be some more stuff because I run all the kind of the merch out of the studio where I am. And I've only got so much room to put things, so I have to kind of be a little bit realistic about what we can do. But yeah, our fans and followers really enjoy all the kind of artwork and T-shirts that we put. So we always try and keep the quality high.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to just start trying to sell nonsense to them. So yeah, there will be some more stuff. Plus, there's also going to be another live album coming in January.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten off quite a bit here.
Yeah. Fantastic, fantastic, Dan. And Daniel, finally, any message that you have for the fans around the world?
Oh, just thank you for listening, and I really hope they like the new album. We've really kind of put everything into this. I mean, vocally for me, I think this is probably the best thing I've done purely from a vocal point of view. But I just really hope people like it. I'm really thankful that they're still listening. If they don't like it, that's fine, and please tell me. We've got quite. But yeah, no, I'm just thankful that people are still listening and supporting us. We've got some really fantastic friends and followers and people like yourself. We're just very grateful.
Thank you so much, Daniel. And Daniel, I want to thank you so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you on this interview. And like I said earlier, thank you so much for putting up this amazing album, The Ghost of Badon Hill. And like I said, it's a great album again. I'm really loving it. Gonna be on listening this album for quite some time. So thanks for the awesomeness. I wish you guys all the best and hope to see you guys someday.
Thank you, Keith. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.